another video from Parts Factory Australia. Today we're actually going to be tackling the thermostat housing to water body transfer line. Now these are very poor design from Holden. They are pretty much the #1 reason why Holden Cruze has experienced head gasket issues, whereas the pipe will actually split, the core will actually leak out slowly over time. Well, it's causing a very, I guess, out of nowhere experience and issues with the engine. So you can see this part here. This is actually the hardest, well, really just requires the most amount of patience, guys. It is a kind of like a pressure clip design, and you will struggle to unclip it, but if you follow the procedures that I'm going to give you today, then you shouldn't have too much of a problem. You can see that it's basically a push clip. You'll be able to push down on this pipe to put it into place, and it should be secure. Basically the part that we're changing runs from here, runs around the back of the engine. You can see it travelling along the back of the air intake manifold there, and it stops over here. Just grab my torch. You can see it popping down the back just down there. Quite a simple one. Really, it's going to be a very simple process, but just follow my little tips and tricks and you'll get the job done in no time. Just in here next to the thermostat housing, guys, I'm going to struggle to get around this torch. I want you to be able to see what I'm doing. Really, all we're doing is actually lifting one side of this clip up. You can see that pipe actually twists sideways. Now, when we conquer the other side, you want to probably come in from the back and you do the same thing on the other side of the clip. You don't want it rocking the other way, otherwise it'll just clip back in, but it shouldn't be too hard to do. Just, obviously it's a little bit more difficult with the torch and the camera. Should be able to just come around the side here. Okay, so that lifts off there. Very straightforward design. You'll be able to do it. It's not something that really requires much experience. You can see what we've done there. We've essentially just lifted up that side, lifted up that side, and then it pops off. Alright, we'll head around the back, but what we'll do first is we'll actually grab your pointy nose pliers, head around to this side of the car, but not with a torch. You may require a torch to get in there properly. What we're actually doing is down the back of this engine, there is a hose crimp. Okay guys, I just tried to tackle the job without removing the air intake tube, but to be honest, for the video's sake, I do advise to remove it, but it's really actually hose clamps. All we're going to do is undo this hose clamp here, and down the back with a flathead screwdriver again. It's the same thing. You'll see a hose clamp down the back. Now I'll give you a look at this pipe when I get it off. Okay, so you'll see I've just undone 2 hose clamps. I should just be able to pull this pipe off, guys. Okay, here comes your pipe. All we did was this and this, pull it off the air. Body. Now you can see we've got massive access to this area. Pliers again. Now a lot of them, most of the time, will be seized on or I guess melted on. So all we're doing is just using a pair of pliers to frick it up, pull it off like that. Now along the back here, this pipe is just mounted on the air intake manifold. Just pop it up with your finger, pop up. You should just be able to drag it around, guys. Now when you put your new one in, we'll have to approach this a little differently so that we don't break the other one. Where is that going? Coming straight through here. Pull it up. You can see that it's just kind of intertwined between a whole bunch of cables and wires and pipes. Now that one, obviously this one's just going to be thrown away. Grab the new one. Okay guys, just grab your hose clamp off your old pipe, stick it onto your new pipe, allowing for enough room to go onto that throttle body. So this time we really want to run the clipped end through this side first, kind of coming up through. And you want to be careful not to apply too much of a twist to the pipe, otherwise you could run the risk of snapping it. It's not too difficult, just come straight over the top. See that? There you go. And obviously you see the pipe will run through. It is a fitted pipe, so you'll notice it's quite stiff unit. we're going to come around here. You can see that that's just running straight up through there like that. Now it should eventually come around to the... Okay, so you can see this pipe here, guys. Essentially what we're doing is once again the opposite thing. We're just going to be putting it on top and just applying a bit of pressure, and you'll physically see those little butterfly clips clip into place, and that means that that pipe's now secure. It's not going to pop off and cause you problems. We've come around to this side now. We've gotten that secure, and what we're doing now is popping this pipe back into those little alligator clips along the back of the air intake manifold. 1 and 2. This pipe just slides on. Keep your alligator clip in the right position. Grab it with your long pointy pliers. Sometimes what's required is to make sure that the alligator clip is in the right position to start. To go around, there we go, now it's in the right position. Use your index finger or pointer to slide it down. Just make sure it's nice and straight, the pipe. If it's not straight, it won't apply equal pressure and you might get leaks. Now, you can see that now that that part is actually installed. So now all we have to do is actually install the air intake tube again. This air intake tube will go back on here. You'll tighten up the hose clamps, and then that is all done. Okay guys, all done. It was a little bit more of a pain in the ass than I thought it was going to be, but the reality is it only took about 5 minutes. Now this part is available on partsfactory.com. I believe it's sitting at around $47 at this point with free express post. This engine was the F18D4 1.8 litre petrol engine. Now I believe that most of the other modes, such as the 1.4, 1.6 turbo, they will be different, but I'm sure this will be the same as the Holden Trax, although I don't know for sure, so you can tell me in the comments below. My name is Lucas Stratton, and thanks for checking out another installation tutorial video from Parts Factory Australia.